Everyone, this is H42 back here from How to Play. Today we're going to how to play the game Yokai Pagoda, which is from Piff Games. I think it came out last year, but I only got it recently. It's designed by Jacoby Rufete and art by Nakara Studio. Hopefully I'm pronouncing names correctly. Obviously it's a Japanese yokai theme. I believe yokai are like demons. And well, I thought there's this chick that has a mouth coming off the back of her head. Weird. It's a game that plays 2 to 5 players, ages 8 and up, in about 15 minutes. There's a slight variation if you're doing 2 players, where in 2 players, you're actually going to play, this is the round markers basically, and you're going to play 4 rounds in 2 players, otherwise you're playing 3 rounds. Okay, I'll just set these up here. You also have these reference cards that each player is going to get. It basically tells you what is going to happen when you play cards. And then you have the deck of cards. There is 100 of these yokai cards. There is 10 different yokais or suits numbered 1 through 10. Well, each player is going to start off with a hand of 7 cards. They do have a nice linen finish, good quality. Now you're going to deal out 7 cards per player. Put this Torai gate on the number 1. And again, you're going to play 3 rounds, so after every round you move on to the next one. 4 rounds if you're doing 2 players. Whoever last saw a scary movie gets to be the first player. I never watch scary movies, they just don't do anything for me. I just find them to be silly for the most part. I guess. I just never got into them. And so let's just say I'm the start player. What you're going to do is you're going to flip over the top 2 cards of the deck, forming 2 discard piles. The object of the game, what you're trying to do is get rid of your cards and end up with the lowest score at the end of the game. It's very Uno-esque, but I think it's better than Uno because there's a little take that, but it's a little bit better. So on your turn, you can we'll have to play a card from your hand onto one of these 2 discard piles. If it matches the suit, the yokai, like this one, or the value, so I could play this 8 or this 5 on that one, then I would give one of my cards to another player. So let's say I did that. Let's say I play this 8, and I give this 10 to this guy over here. So the next player is going to go. But what happens if you don't follow the suit or the yokai? Well, if this guy does not follow suit, let's say he plays this 9 over here, and it is higher than the card on that discard pile. What happens is if it doesn't match in the yokai or suit, if you will, and is higher, then you must either draw the first card from the deck or take the card from the opposite discard pile. And so maybe he takes this card from the opposite discard pile. Actually, no, he won't. He'll draw a card blindly. If he does take this card, let's say he does, and there's no cards left, you will replenish that with a new card. If there was a card left over, let's say he took this one, if it was that one he was taking, then he wouldn't do anything. But that's what's going to happen. So if you play a card that is the same suit, the same yokai or value as the discard pile, then you give a card to another player. If you play one that is higher and not the same suit, then you must either take the opposite card or draw a card from the deck. So this guy's going to go, and he's going to play one that is lower. Let's say he plays this one here. Actually, he's not going to play that one. He's going to keep that one. Let's just say he plays this 6 here, since it's lower. If you play a card that is lower and a different suit or yokai than what is on that discard pile, then you will look to see if the total score in your hand is 3 or less. If it is 3 or less, then you can choose to end the round by showing your cards and calling for to close the round, or you can let the round continue try to get rid of more cards. However, in this case, it is higher than free, so the round will continue. So then it comes back to me, and I will play. Let's say I play this one, so I get to give a card. I'll give this guy a card here. Comes back to this player. He has to play a card that's higher. So I'll play this one, and he'll just draw a card blindly. Okay. And this guy will display this one, same suit. So he gets to give a card. He's going to give it to this guy. And it comes to me. I will play this one. Now, since it is a different suit and it's lower, I can call for the end of the game if I have less than 3 points. And guess what? I do. Because when you have multiple yokai of the same suit, you only look at the smallest value. So I have 3 points. I could just continue the game and try to get rid of more points. But I'm going to hold on to that and say I'm going to call for the end of the game. Or the end of the round, I should say. So, since I have 3 points or less, and I played a card that's lower and a different suit than what's on there, I call for the end of the game, or the end of the round, sorry, I apologize. And then everyone else is going to take the cards left in their hand and put them into a separate pile, which is your little, what's it called here? Let me see what they call it. It is their pool of failed offerings, which are negative points that they're going to keep until the end of the game. This guy's going to do the same thing. I'm just trying to sort them out by number. And I also get to keep these ones. So then we'd flip this over to the second round. And reshuffle and redeal the rest of the cards and start over again. After 3 rounds, you're going to take the cards in your pool of failed offerings. Let's say I had all these cards. Maybe I don't want all of them. I'll just take these ones. What you're going to do is take all the cards that are in your pool of failed offerings that you failed to get rid of. And you're going to stack them up with the lowest value on top. And add them up. I would have 10, 16, 20 points. Whoever has the lowest amount of points at that time wins the game. So that's basically what it is. It's a little setting game. You're trying to get rid of cards. If the suit or number matches the discard pile, the card on the discard pile, you give a card to another player. If it is a different suit and a higher value, you have to take the card on the opposite discard pile or draw a card from the top of the draw pile. And if it's lower in value and you have 3 or less points, you can call for the end of the game. That's basically the gist of it. And you play 3 or 4 rounds, depending on the player count. 3 rounds in general, 4 rounds if it's 2 players. And again, least amount of points wins the game. The main difference for 2 players is one person will be the start player in the first round, and then you'll alternate back and forth. Basically, one person starts the first and third round. The other player will start the second and fourth round. For this, you're just going to go around the table, I guess, as the start player instead of alternating. In fact, I believe it says, yeah, so whoever's left of the starting player that closed the previous round, gets to be the new start player. So since I closed the round, this player on my left will get to be the next start player. In 2 players, you just alternate. So that's a game. It's a pretty cool game. Pretty good quality of cards. If I let it finish, and nice stock. Pretty nice artwork. It's a little bit weird in some cases, but it's pretty nice. The only problem is it's a little hard to find. I got this on eBay. It was previously available at Board Game Bliss, but I missed out on it, and I just wasn't sure about getting it at the time, and it missed out. So then I ended up getting it on eBay. So it's a little hard to find, but not impossible to find. So that is Yokai Pagoda. Pretty cool game. Comment, like, subscribe, let me know what you think. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.